I did put
The
out
3 count question of the week.
a question of the week this week, and I will I'll actually give credit to Charlie. He's in the comments here. Timmy, put your phone down and pay attention, sir. Nobody is texting you. Actually, Big Mac was texting us, and he said, "Same to you, Matt," or "Same for you, Matt." Big Mac was texting us that his account, his Facebook account, did receive a warning, for whatever the it is for the cocaine comment. It was because of the drugs they added.
Charlie, I don't like being called out, so you know what? I'm gonna call them Reese cups for the remainder of 2025 now.
Reese cups, Reese PC.
I'm actually looking forward to the Reese trees now too that are coming out soon.
It is. It should be tree season.
Yes, tree season is upon us.
At your local grocery
store. And the Kit Kat Nutcrackers also come out.
Yes, Kit Kat Nutcrackers.
Speaking of tree season, we always want to remind everybody.
I love that it's right over Ryan.
The tree fell down.
Just my head there.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
Smokey was upset too. Hey, I'm off tomorrow too. Let's all go up to Chocolate World and get some Reese's cups.
Reese cups.
Reese cups.
Reese cups.
There you go. But
I have to work.
I saw a post from our pal Charlie a few days ago, and it was in relation to Vince Russo and the Hall of Fame. And if I'm trying to see if I can find the here we go. There was a comment, a Twitter post from somebody that said, "I'll take a regime change for this to happen, but I actually think Steve Austin would be the best choice to induct Vince Russo. He deserves it in the same way Jim Johnston deserves it." And Charlie replied, he had won maybe 2 good years, but why would a writer be inducted into the Hall? If they were, there's at least 4 that would come before Vince Russo. And that kind of spurred the idea of the question of the week this week is, should writers, specifically Vince Russo, be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Should writers, is that so a 2-part question? Should writers be inducted, and then should Vince?
And then so should writers be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and then we can specifically address Vince Russo and if he should be inducted.
I mean, I'll say yes for writers specifically. And if I'm going to say yes, then I would probably say yes for Vince Russo because he's one of the more notable ones. Mm-hmm. So yes to both.
Okay.
I will second what Matthew said. What we're watching is a total work. Somebody is concocting these stories. It's a huge part of professional wrestling, just not the athleticism that we're seeing in the ring. So yes.
Right.
And how many other writers do people regularly know the name of? Vince Russo is probably the most popular writer ever.
Probably.
I mean, he's also had on-screen roles, especially in WCW. So that's probably why he's best known. But if I'm going to allow writers in, there is a time and a place for Vince Russo. Yes.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, what was the question? I stepped away. Arnold and I had to have a conversation and a hug and a kiss to seal the deal, baby.
That didn't take long.
Something you have to do.
I'm a quick kisser.
Wow.
The question of the week is kind of a 2-parter. Should writers be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? And second part, specifically, should Vince Russo be inducted?
I don't know what was said, so I apologize if I'm jocking anybody else's thoughts.
Ryan and I answered at this point. Mark is not.
I'm upset.
So until WrestleMania 41, the answer is no. No, writers should not. However, there's a show on Netflix called WWE Unreal. We're fully acknowledging writers now. So They're a part of the show. Should Vince Russo go in the Hall of Fame? He rightfully and wrongfully gets a lot of credit for the Attitude Era. His style of crash television helped make WWF Monday Night Raw beat WCW, and at the same time kill WCW.
Yep.
So, and his literally, I'm trying to make like a player, like a sports analogy of a player who was really, really great at the first stop in his career. He leaves at the apex, like he leaves when he's like the best he's ever been, and literally just poo-poos at every other stop. But he gets more jobs because remember when he beat WCW?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. He's Russell Wilson.
Right when he left Seattle, like everybody's like, Russell Wilson will be a future Hall of Famer.
And here's the thing. And Russell Wilson's the perfect analogy. And you want to know why? Russell Wilson gets a ton of credit for being the best quarterback and being the reason why they won the Super Bowl, when there's literally 11 dudes on the other side of the ball that they could have carried anybody to the Super Bowl. The Legion of Boom is generational.
Right. I mean, like Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl in Baltimore.
If I were at WWF at the time that I had Mick Foley, Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, D-Generation X, if I had all of those parts, I would be Vince Russo too.
Right. Yeah.
And I would be a great writer. And then I would have went to WCW, and then I would have went to TNA, and then I would have created what was the Ring of Faith? What was his his Christian wrestling promotion?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh my God.
It was called Ring of Glory.
Ring of Glory.
Ring of Glory. And then now he's working with Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
Oh, good God.
He's helping the Juggalos get a TV deal.
Whoop whoop.
And he has that.
Tim, I don't think you've been saying that in 2025.
I can say whatever I want. And he's got his podcast with Jonathan Coachman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, Vince Russo will probably go into the Hall of Fame. Is he the first writer I would put into the Hall of Fame? Probably not.
Is he the first writer that's also a former WCW champion that you would put in?
No. Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Dusty would go in as writer booker.
So
and technically, yes, then, because technically, Dusty didn't win the WCW title; he won the NWA title.
That's a good point.
There it is.
Dusty had the book, baby.
So Dusty would get Dusty in. Then if they
Nash
allowing writers, you would put Dusty in again as a writer.
No, probably. The thing is like, I think that writers should probably go in the legacy wing of the Hall of Fame.
Just should create a writer's wing.
Yeah, but like, I don't think that they should give speeches. I think they should get all the rights and privileges thereof. But like,
I mean, bro, if we're putting Vince Russo, bro, in, I definitely.
No, we went this whole segment without
bro.
Someone saying, "Bro."
I definitely don't want there to be speeches if Vince.
Well,
Russo.
the thing is if you put
a Vince Russo speech on a live mic on a WWE program, fuck yeah, I want to hear that.
Like,
I mean, just filter out the bros. He's got some shit to say.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you put, the thing is though, is if you put in Vince Russo, you also have to put in Ed Ferrara.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, those two are right.
They were bosom buddies in WWF and in WCW.
They were, yeah.
Yeah. you also have to remember Russo was also a huge reason. I think he gets into the Hall of Fame not for his writing for WWF.
The magazine.
I think he gets in for being Vic Venom and
Yeah,
being
that's
like
a
the
great point.
driving force behind WWF the magazine.
Right, because people do forget that portion of his career.
Yeah, like before he was Vince Russo, bro, he was Vic Venom.
Yeah.
Is that
I
the
like
big,
Vic Brown.
Saturday morning show with JR?
Yes.
The live wire.
LimeWire, it was Jim Ross, and then it was after Jim Ross, it was Todd Pettengill, and then it was the future Mrs. You know what? I'm gonna tee myself up for this. And then it became the future Mrs. Shane McMahon.
The best.
I was ready.
Marissa
Yes.
Marzola.
Big Mac says producers greater than writers. I think producers should get in as well.
And the first one is Pat Patterson.
100%.
And then Arn Anderson.
100%.
And then TJ Wilson.
DJ Maxx.
Finley.
Yeah.
Finley probably needs to go in before all of them for just what he single-handedly did to the Divas the women's wrestling from like 2005 until he stopped.
Yeah, for real.
Like the women.
He literally turned, the story goes, he turned to Vince McMahon and said, "Let me do something with the girls."
Right.
And Vince said, "Whatever."
And he did it.
Me too.
Vince was used to having other
Get in
people
line.
say, "Let me do something with the girls," and Vince going, "I want in." But
Vince says, "I got it. That's a great idea, pal."
Finley is respectful. He's a respectful Irish, not Vince McMahon.
Correct.
Fun fact about WWF Livewire. One of the most traumatic events in my entire life happened during an episode of WWF Livewire.
Uh-oh.
Your bipper got caught in the zipper.
When I was a child, so I was raised by my mother and my grandmother, much like Timothy from the Bible, and I'm watching Saturday morning Livewire, and all of a sudden I hear a bang and a thud, and I go into the kitchen, and my grandmother had passed out and banged her head against the stove.
Oh my God.
And she's bleeding from the head. Whoa. And I call the cops, or I call 911. And of course, like I'm in fourth grade, so I'm calling 911, and I know from wrestling the word laceration. I know laceration. I know lacerated. I know what it means. So in my head, I'm calling, and they're like, 911, what's your emergency? And I want to say, my grandmother fell into the kitchen and she has a laceration on her head.
I love where this is going.
Do you know what I say to the 911 operator?
She has a lasso on her head.
My grandma fell down and she's busted open. I swear to God. And they were like, "Is she okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's bleeding, but she's breathing. Everything's fine." And
Wait, that is not where I thought this was going. I apologize.
She was busted open. So literally in 1990, whatever, there is a 911 call in Portsmouth, Virginia, of some young punk kid saying his grandma was busted open in the kitchen.
Tim, I was hoping that went one of two ways. That JR actually answered the phone. He's like, "Well, come on, kid, we're live."
Sassafras.
That, or you said, "Help, my grandmother fell over and she's lactating." Where I thought you might have been going.
I knew what blood was, and like I knew that blood and titty milk were different things.
I understand that, but you didn't know the difference between laceration and lactation. Maybe that's what I was concerned about.
What kind of dummy do you think I am? You think I'm
in the fourth grade?
Yeah, we're all pretty.
Do you think that a 39-year-old like me, in the shape I am and the appearance I am, was a dummy in the fourth grade?
I think you were a product of Virginia education, Tim.
Look, Virginia education had standards. Then.
I was going to say that's better. It's no Alabama. Mark, do you think that writers, and then specifically Vince Russo, should get into the Hall of Fame?
Well, bro, if I go back to the Livewire, didn't that give your computer a virus, Tim, back in the 90s?
That was LimeWire, and
Oh.
I signed up for the STDs on my computer. Thank you.
We all did.
What song do you think Tim was downloading, Mark?
He was probably downloading "Crazy" by Britney Spears, or
No.
maybe the Humpty Dance by Digital Underground.
It was probably Bad Touch by the Bloodhound Gang.
I was gonna say the Humpty Dance was prior to the LimeWire era.
Yeah, that's pre-internet, Mark.
It's the Bum Song by Tom Green.
The
Yeah,
Bum
that
Bum
was
song.
The Bum Bum song.
Summer Girls by LFO was, I remember, the first song I downloaded on Napster.
That's a good one.
Man, I miss Napster too. Thanks, Metallica.
Napster's back.
But yeah, but they brought it back.
There was something else that just came back.
KFC's original honey barbecue.
AOL.
What?
AOL got bought.
Who's asking for that?
They just discontinued their dial-up though. So
It's-
it's
I mean,
Someone bought America Online from Yahoo.
It's like, what, $32?
I don't know, but I think that the plan is to recreate AOL Instant Messenger.
I mean, that I would be okay with. And the
Dog,
three,
I'm running it back.
the
yeah,
three people
I'll get
that-
rid of Meta.
I'm standing in front of the AOL buildings like Jay Uso, just
It's fine.
Yeet. Tim will be eating all over the screen.
typing in cryptic lyrics,
Yep.
putting my away message on
I
all the
can't wait to
time.
put up "not graze" as my fucking away message on a Wednesday
That was
night.
your
again.
aim along.
Let's
for a long
incriminate
time.
ourselves as we go off the air.
It's exciting.
What? Mark doesn't have an answer for this because he barely knows technology, anyways. What was everybody's AOL screen name?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
I
don't even
know it
remember.
was like Irish and then a series of numbers, for like Notre Dame football, and it was probably 3 because that was always the big quarterback number, and then after that, I'm not 100% sure. But I know it was something to do with Notre Dame.
It might be like my email address. I might have had
It
a
would have
different
been
one.
your
and
email address. It's literally the front part of @AOL.com.
I never had an AOL email address that I remember.
Okay.
Well, you were given one when you created the AIM, I
Yes.
believe.
Oh, really? Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Then-
And mine was Pistachio 107.
Nice.
Pistachio.
Mine, I had to type mine out because you'll see it, and if I say it, it doesn't make any sense. But if you look at it, it kind of makes sense. It was Roman numeral 2, lowercase t, big T, UNA, 2T tuna, because my name's Tim Taylor, so 2 T's, and they thought that I looked like tuna. My friends thought I looked like tuna from Blow.
Nah,
Who the hell's tuna?
He was also Donkey Lip, and he wasn't Donkey Lips, was he? He was the dude. He was the fat dude from Boy Meets World.
We jump, we swim.
Oh, Frankie.
He was
Frankie.
Frankie.
Okay.
Frankie.
2T tuna. That was me. That was my
Oh.
first AOL screen
That
name.
dude's in like great shape now.
yeah, he
I
dropped a
know.
lot
I
of
hate
weight.
it.
It's
Yeah.
Ethan
Suplee.
Suplee. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Well, now that Donald Trump's busy doing good stuff like making Wegovy and Zepbound affordable,
And
maybe more
staring
fat people
blankly
can get
into
him.
a camera when somebody almost dies in the Oval Office.
It's so great. And Dr. Oz is there for no reason.
And
Books it.
and
Is there a doctor here? And he's like,
and RFK couldn't have burned rubber to get out of that office quicker. The director of health, the health secretary, is just running for the exit.
By the
When
way,
somebody
this is
passed out.
non-political. This is just stating what happened.
Yes, that it is a factual event for what happened today. Just circling back on a comment Charlie made, because this was kind of one of the points he was making in the conversations. Carson Wentz had 2 good years with the Eagles. Does that make him a Hall of Famer?
Did Carson Wentz have the 2 greatest years at quarterback ever?
Yeah.
No.
Bingo.
what are the 2 greatest years that Vince Russo? Are you talking the Attitude Era?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 2 biggest years in the
Because
company's history.
There was
97,
a ton
98.
of dog shit in those years. We just remember the good closing 45 minutes. The hour 15 other parts of Raw were dog shit.
It's literally all dog shit.
So he threw 2 interceptions but 5 touchdowns in every game and led him to 2 Super Bowl titles.
No,
He
he
just came
went.
from behind to win every game and then won the championship.
He
But
no,
the
he-
first
he-
half of the football game, you were like, God, I fucking hate watching this. I hate being a sports fan.
Vince Russo had 2 back-to-back Jameis Winston 4,000 yard, 40 touchdown, 40 pick years. That's what he had. And you go, man, I'll take Jameis Winston if he's throwing 4,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. I can hand wave the 40 picks because hopefully my defense is good.
But I do also think that the work in the magazine and everything like
It's
we've
the
mentioned-
magazine for me.
Yeah, it's he's more than just 2 great years of company business as the lead writer.
Now,
Big
do
Jim?
I think it will ever happen? I don't.
No.
I don't think so either.
I
No.
don't think it will ever happen.
It should
Um,
happen. I do think because and the point I made is like writers are literally as just about as important to the show as wrestlers and referees and producers. Like without you remove any of those from being part of the show does not work.
Here's a great analogy.
I love a good analogy.
How many head football coaches are in the NFL Hall of Fame compared to players?
Not many, but there are.
There are more players than
There's
there are.
Madden, Vermeil, Walsh,
Shula.
Shula,
Lombardi.
Lombardi, but we're running out of names.
right? That's only
Bill
one
Cowher
game.
just went in.
Bill Cowher.
Landry, Noel,
Bob Howard,
Marsh.
sure.
There's actually more than you think. There's a lot of old coaches.
But like how 20?
I mean, also there is a significant more football players than there were coaches in the NFL.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
sure.
each coach coaches a team full of players.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, yes, a writer is important, but the writer can write their ass off and the wrestler who does the thing sucks. So what was it? Was their stuff bad or was the guy who did it bad? You give the credit to the performer who did the thing.
Right.
So
There's
according
a ton of actors. There's a ton of actors who won best lead actor, but the writer didn't win an award for that.
Right, but there's still an award for the writers. I mean, same in music. You have the artist and then you have the writer awards that a writer, I think, should get credit. At the same time, there are other players in the picture of professional wrestling, referees, things like that, that I would think deserve a nod before a writer does.
And most of those writer awards are given away on the red carpet before the show starts.
Sure.
so according
And that's
to
the legacy award.
according to Google's AI search, which is never incorrect,
Thanks,
there-
Gemini.
there are 29 coaches in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This is out of 378 total members of the Hall of Fame. So about 7.5% of inductees
Oh, wow. Okay.
are coaches. So yeah, certainly more players, as it should be. There would certainly be more wrestlers than writers or producers or referees in the Hall of Fame, as there should be.
And
But-
the thing is too, is that there's already a lot of producers and writers in the Hall of Fame. It just so happens that they were also wrestlers.
Well, sure. So those ones you don't have to add back in.
Or do you? Mr.
You
Bret
could-
Hart, 3 rings.
I think you could add that distinction to their.
I didn't ask
existing
for Bret
fund.
Hart and Stone Cold to get in as a match, by the
Yeah,
way.
that's silly.
Lame.
Like I think I think that is a silly thing. I'm curious to see what match goes in this upcoming year. But like, you know,
I think I have an idea on what that match is.
Hogan and Andre.
No. Even though it probably could, because they're going to want to milk that Hulk Hogan teat.
oh, dude, that actually might get in this year because they want to keep milking that.
I think there's a really good possibility too that it might be Rock Austin from 17.
So Austin gets in again.
Yeah, buddy.
Why not?
Well, might as well.
He
Oh,
deserves it.
Vegas.
they got to start tuning that back up for to get him back next year. The
I
following
mean,
year.
imagine, right, in Saudi Arabia, 5-time Hall of Famer, Stone Cold Steve
There we
Austin,
go.
right?
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mike did put his AOL screen name, but that'll wrap it up. We'll